Hello and welcome to this weather report here. We got to talk about coastal flooding as well as possible needs for wind advisories. But the Weather Service has issued a coastal flood warning now for locations adjacent to the western Long Island Sound and the South Shore back bays of western Long Island. And a coastal flood watch has been issued for Saturday for southern Queens, southern Nassau, and southwest Suffolk with dangerous rip currents. So coastal 1.5 to 1 foot of inundation this evening, then locally 1 to 2 feet of inundation on Friday in the warning areas, up to 2 feet of inundation. A building easterly swell through this weekend will produce surf up to 6 feet. This will result in dangerous rip currents and minor beach erosion. Areas of minor coastal flooding expected this evening. Widespread minor to moderate coastal flooding expected on Friday. An additional model coastal flooding possible on Saturday. And this is for western Long Island Sound, lower New York and Jersey Harbor, and the South Shore bays of western Long Island. That's the coastal advisory. The warning is for South Queens, the Bronx, southern Fairfield, southern Westchester, and Nassau County. And another coastal flood advisory for Friday for all other coastal areas outside of the warning area. So we have to watch out for coastal flooding. We're going to look at some observations right now. And it was a very warm day today. Temperatures still in the 70s out there. Dew points in the low 60s. Despite the northeast wind, you could see gusting up to 16 miles an hour. It hit 84 at Islip today, mid 80s. That's quite a bit above normal for the day. And, it was funny. I was watching Joe and Joe last night, and they were like, gloom and doom. And I'm like, no, not going to be gloom and doom because the storm's too far offshore. I don't know why they thought that. That we're not, because we have a very strong ridge in eastern Canada. We had not clear skies today, a lot of high clouds, but the sun was shining. You can see there's a sundog there, yeah, so we had a nice sunset as well. But and you can see the northeast to east winds throughout the day today. Northeast. They're a little more northerly. They've come a little more, still remaining north to northeasterly, generally speaking, and the temperatures are pretty warm. Dew points during the day did drop into the 50s, though, but they've come back up tonight a little bit, I notice. But other than that, we'll go and look at the highs across the map. They're going to be pretty uniform, I think. Temperatures, yeah, mid-80s. Only the east end was in the 70s, mid-80s, pretty much everywhere else for highs. And the lows, mid-60s, mid to upper 60s. That's quite a bit above normal. Unusual to see with a northeast wind. I see such temperatures above normal. And the concern, of course, we have above normal temperatures, breezy conditions. I'm surprised they haven't issued any red flag warnings yet, considering how dry things are. We'll go ahead and look at the statistics for Islip, the climate report for Islip today. High of 84, low of 67. A full 10 degrees above normal for the high, 9 degrees above normal for the low. That's 10 degrees above normal for the day at Islip. And also, if I put Joe and Joe in there, still going to say gloom and doom. I don't know what else to say. Highest, and look at that. Central Park, same deal. High of 84, low of 67, 8 degrees above normal for the day. So everybody's running 8 to 10 degrees above normal with the northeast wind, which is kind of unusual, but we're going to take a look and show you why, obviously. If we go to Vent to Sky and we just pull the temperatures out a little bit here, and I'll go to 3 o'clock, you can see there is no cool air in eastern Canada. Temperatures are all above in the 70s. You have to go very far north to get into any cool air. So this air is just this air mass over here that's coming back down again. Look at the satellite imagery here. You can see that low there spinning around. We'll show you again. There's that low spinning around. But you notice it's more over Cape Cod. So it's definitely further to the east. Again, we just have high clouds over us for the most part. Maybe a little bit of haze, but other than that, plenty of sun today, and that enables us to get pretty warm. Looking at the radar, you can see the only rain is out over Cape Cod and extreme coastal New England, and that's it. Put this into motion, you can see it's kind of just staying there. It's not really going to be coming here at all. I don't think we're going to see much of any of it right now. I don't know why a lot of people were saying gloom and doom. Even News 12 was saying, and I'm like, no, it's not going to be gloomy. The sun's going to be out, and that's exactly what happened. It was even sunnier than I thought today, which kind of surprised me quite a bit. So going back to our observations here, we're going to look at some of these buoys, and hopefully we can get some wave heights here at some of these. Of course, no wave heights being reported at this one. Water temperature 70, northeast wind gusting to 20, but no actual wave heights, which I kind of want to see here. Yeah, no wave heights on this buoy at all. How do you have a buoy that doesn't report actual wave heights? That's what I don't understand. You know what? I'm going to go to the marine observations on this page, the marine section on this page, and maybe we can get some wave heights from there, because it doesn't seem like we're getting it from latest summary. Let's see. This will give us some wave heights here. We have a few here. Barnegat, New Jersey, reporting 4-foot waves. Okay, it's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Could get worse later, I think. So we're going to look at some of the models with that. We're going to look at some of the modeling with that. But first, let's go to the Tropical Tidbit site and take a look at the latest GFS 18Z. And you can see that low just kind of sits there, but it really doesn't. It just sits there. And then finally, that high kind of noses down, pushes it like a little bit south. It pushes it south, which is very, very weird. That high builds in, and then we have fair weather, and then our next chance of rain wouldn't be until next week, which we'll talk about that Sunday. But yeah, this is very unusual to see. Obviously, I had a feeling this would happen. You could see maybe the east end gets in a little bit of light rain, maybe, but chances are we're not going to see anything. Let's go to the NAM. Go to the 18Z NAM model here. And you can see that rain is just pretty much staying. It's like there's a little lobe that comes over there, and then there's another lobe that might come through on Saturday. But that has trouble making it to Long Island too. So you can see it's just, we're not going to get into any of this rain. HRRR, let's go to that. 0Z HRRR. See if that, again, the east end maybe the east end. You can see Saturday morning. Maybe there might be some showers Saturday afternoon on the east end, but that may be the only area that might see anything at this point. Let's go look at the dew points and wind flow, because you can see the isobars tighten up. So here's your dew points. They did come up a little bit tomorrow. Dew points drop again during the day a little bit. You can see the wind kind of backs off to the east again. There's your low just sitting there. You notice the isobars there getting tight. Get into a little more of a northerly flow on Saturday, bringing in drier air. Other than that, we're going to kind of just have a similar day, I think, tomorrow as to today. Temperature's not going to drop that much. And again, underestimated the temperatures. I won't be surprised if we see 80 degrees again tomorrow in a lot of areas. Saturday could have more clouds, and that could wind up being a little bit cooler, especially toward the east end. But you see the difference. The east end could be cooler, but if you're in Jersey, you're dealing with 80s. So I'll look at some soundings for tomorrow. Do 17Z. Taking a look at cloud cover here. Waiting for that to load in a minute. And it's showing there could be some lower clouds and some higher clouds. But it won't necessarily be completely overcast. Look at New Jersey, where it's showing, again, there could be some clouds. But other than that, it won't be completely overcast. There'll still be some clouds and sun mixed right now. And this is the HRRR model. Some of the other models have us clear. So if I go to the NAM, for instance, look at the 18Z NAM. The NAM actually clears has it mostly clear in Jersey. Maybe some more clouds over Long Island, but other than that, and then Saturday, even better chances for clear skies in Jersey and western parts of Long Island. This is the NAM, all right? RGEM RGEM's a little different, has a little more in the way of some clouds spraying back. And then Saturday has a good clear spot over New York City and much of New Jersey. And then Sunday would actually start off with more clouds, but then less clouds toward the afternoon. GFS, go to that one again, looking at the sky, obviously low resolution model. But you can see GFS has plenty of sun to the west of the city in Jersey. Saturday, showing sun there, and then even Sunday. So gloom and doom? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. I really have a great deal of respect for Joe Chaffee and Joe Rail, but they've been out of touch on a lot of things lately with this. I mean, first it was the smoke, not talking about that, and now they think, oh, northeast winds, so that automatically means clouds. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that when you have a strong ridge in eastern Canada that's suppressing the storm system. Yeah, they're having the gloomy weather over the coastal New England, but not over here. So, yeah, I don't like patting myself on the back for being right about something, but I I kept saying that we're not going to see it. So anyone is still holding on to the think we're going to get gloomy weather over the next couple of days, maybe you should go to Cape Cod or coastal New England. That's where you're going to get the gloomy weather, but not on much of Long Island. Certainly not the city of New Jersey. Certainly not the Hudson Valley either. So, they're wrong on this, and hopefully, I'll watch later. Hopefully, they'll admit their mistake on this. Hopefully, everybody makes mistakes, but this is the atmosphere we're dealing with. It's very unusual. And this is what we can expect now as we deal with the warming climate that our world is in. So we're on the GFS. Let's go look at the dew points and wind flow in the GFS through Saturday and through Sunday, and you can see that dry air entrenched in. I'll also pull up the 700 to 300 as well to show you the greens pretty much over New England. We're in the browns. We're in the Browns Friday. We're in the Browns for much of Saturday, except for the East End. Sunday, not until Monday that we start seeing that next wave of moisture come in. So chances of rain are going to be almost nil, unless you're on the East End. Maybe you'll luck out and get a couple of showers. But other than that, and that would be probably early Saturday. Or other than that, we're just not going to see that much in the way of rain, and we're going to see more sunshine. More than anything else. So let me go and look at some of the other model. We'll go look at. I'm going to go back to the Ventus Sky model, and we'll look at the coastal impacts here of the wave heights. So there's this couple of models we can look at here. The coastal impacts to wave heights. Right now, it don't look too bad, but you see as we get to Friday and Saturday, that yellow area starts to get a little closer to the coast. And that's where our concern. We have that persistent flow coming in off the ocean. All right, wind gusts. The worst of the winds are going to be off to the east, where the rain is. I mean, the east end might get into some of the stronger wind gusts. Maybe the eastern part of Long Island might need a wind advisory Friday. It looks like the strongest winds would be Friday into Saturday, early Saturday. That would be when we'd have the strongest winds. But we may be just shy of a wind advisory. At least according to the Ventus Sky, which is using the HRRR. I can go to the European model, which also shows up our storm very nicely. This is the windy.com, and we can also look at the wave heights on this as well. You can see the worst of it's generally staying off. You can see it does get worse, though, as we get to Friday and Saturday. You can see, especially you can see that kind of push a little bit west there before pushing back east later Saturday. So we're going to have to be concerned, obviously, with some coastal impacts. Definitely some beach erosion being reported and big waves, as you saw a couple of days ago. The waves may be even more impressive at the beach now. Probably are, but I don't like going to the beach with an offshore wind because you can get a lot of bugs, but if they're big waves, it may be worth it. Lastly, we'll talk about the smoke, being that we are seeing some blue skies. And we'll go look at the 0Z HRRR before I wrap this video up. Vertically integrated smoke. And you can see that smoke push. You can see the circulation here. Some light smoke over the area tomorrow. It looks like Saturday maybe it gets a little bit better. Just a little bit of haze. Obviously, there was a lot of jet chunk in the sky today. If we pull up the MODIS satellite here. We wait for it, if it'll load. I have too many things open, or it's just not going to load. There we go. Here's our storm. You can see there's just a lot of jet chunk. It doesn't look like there's jet chunk there, but there was a lot. Yeah, here. There you go. That's what we call jet chunk. Contrails. A lot of that. When you have a lot of upper-level moisture, and if we're going to be dealing with that tomorrow, you're probably going to see some contrails, depending. So whether we get a nice blue sky or not. Maybe tomorrow, more likely maybe on Saturday, but again, we have to go back to tropical tidbits. Actually, let me just do that. Just all the way back to tropical tidbits. Or on the GFS. I'm just going to look at some soundings on the GFS and see what this looks like here. Yeah, you can see how the lines are kind of close together. So that when you see that, it means there is some moisture at various levels of the atmosphere, and you're going to have some cloud cover around. Let's look at Saturday. Saturday looks a little bit better, so at least if you're over Jersey. So maybe we'll have some blue sky Saturday. But, hey, it's nice weather to spend outside instead of the gloomy weather that we could have gotten. So that's good, but we kind of do need the rain as well. But I'm not really in for the gloomy weather. If it's going to rain, let it rain with a thunderstorm or some showers on one night and then be over with. But we do need the rain. We've had only 0.06 of rain. We're entering a little mini drought here. So we'll have to see what happens from that. If they're going to issue water restrictions, or I don't think they will, but I'm concerned about the wildfire risk for sure. That is definitely something, especially as things get breezier. We might see some red flag warnings in the coming days. So that's going to wrap up the weather report, and probably no weather report tomorrow or Saturday. Be back on Sunday unless anything unusual happens with temperatures or rain or any kind of other activity that we may be seeing. But other than that, nice weather, though. If you're at the beach, there are going to be some big waves. So, hey, I think that might be a cool place to go. Maybe I'll get there and I'll take a look at the waves either tomorrow or Saturday. So, have a good night. Thanks for watching.